Happy Monday, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it's good to be back. We've been on vacation, and I missed my stamping friends and my stamping, but we still had a fabulous trip, and I think everybody deserves some time off as the years go on. Thank you, Robert, for telling me everything looks good. We'll have to see. I can't see it yet, so there we go. I can see it now, and it looks pretty good. You know, I was having trouble with some of the pixelating craziness before, but I think we've taken care of that. Good morning, Marge. It's good to see you here. And anybody else that's here, leave me a message, do a thumbs up. Let me know that you're here. So for those of you that know me, we went to Wales on our holiday, and we rented a narrowboat, and we tripped down the canals, and it was a really different vacation. We loved it. But one of the things that I noticed on the canals, where we saw several times, were the kayakers and the canoers. There was even like a school field trip of, you know, a whole classroom of kids learning how to kayak. So I decided when I got home I needed to make a card with it. I knew I had ordered this stamp set because I figured one of our grandchildren would like this, or somebody else, you know. It's a very simple stamp set. It's very inexpensive. Let me see. I think it's one of the less expensive ones, and I do believe it would make a lot of different kinds of cards. It's $17. Let's see, I've already missed the page number. Still have jet lag. Adventurous Journey is on page 85. Jet lag, the older you get, the harder it is to get over jet lag. So it's $17. That's a nice starter price for a stamp set, and it's photopolymer, so you can do, you can see what you're stamping. It's got these little lily pads, like water swirls, and a paddle, and then a rowboat. I love this idea of just stamping that, but that's interesting how they did the circle. I'm going to have to practice, see how they did that. I don't know. We'll see. And I also thought, we're not going to use this, but if you bought any of the Waves of Inspiration paper, just put the paper in a white kayak on here. Don't you think that would look stunning? I might have to try that. So we'll see. But we're going to make one today. We're using some DSP cardstock and simple stamping. It's still kind of, you know, I can't do too much right now. Not being able to think clearly. So we're going to use So Saffron card base. We're going to cut it at 5 1/2. And we'll score it at 4 1/4. But now I want this to be, I don't know that I would consider this a fun fold, but sort of. So I'm going to cut a little bit off here. It was 4 1/4, so I'm going to cut off 2 1/8. And we'll save that for another time. So that'll be our card base. We're just going to use some of this is the In Color card DSP, and it's the new pattern for this year, but last year's In Colors. You know, they last for 2 years, so this is the 2021 to 2022. I think that's how they say it, and I don't know. So we will cut this at 5 let's see, that's 5.5. So we wanted it 5 7/8. Let's hope that's right. And 4 1/8. Just there. Now we need this at 2. So I need to get another piece. Which might not be here. We'll just do it with this. Let's see. Yeah, I think I've actually taken that paper downstairs. I don't know why I did that. We'll just make do with this one. That'll work fine. And that'll be our... So to make these be the same, I'm going to trim just 1/8 off of this. Yeah. And then we'll have an equal border around the... I thought I pulled out 2 pieces of that card paper, but I guess I didn't. That was my mistake. So we'll put that to the side. So right now we can go ahead and put our our paper on our card base. Hi Kay, it's good to see you. Ooh, you know, I could use the polka dotted side too. That would be kind of cool. Maybe we could do one of each. I like that. I really had not paid attention to what was on the back side of this paper. We have so many new things in the new catalog, and I'm struggling keeping up with it. So I'm sure you are too. If you're overwhelmed, just do a little starter order and then wait and see what kinds of things appeal to you as we demonstrate them for you, because it can get overwhelming. Even overwhelms me. Okay, now that will be our card base. I like the two different pieces of paper. We'll put that to the side and we'll do a little stamping here. One of these is going to be white. I want to make sure I've got the a white circle. I've got it wide enough to die cut that circle. Okay, we'll stamp this little kayak with pimento black because we're going to color it with blends, and so we want that ink that will not bleed. There, came out pretty good. I missed you guys too, but vacations have been short around here for the past couple years. We were just very glad to get out and have a vacation. Okay, so we're going to do our kayak and pool party. I think I'm going to use the light to start with. We might add some shading. I saw lots of orange and red kayaks were real popular on the canal. But the one I've had my eye on, I've had two. One that was like that neon green, and then the pool party color. I don't know how to kayak, but I'd like to learn, so I've been kind of looking at them at the store. My husband's not real wild about it, so I'm going to have to find somebody to go with me. Or else I'll convince him to try it anyway. I'm sure I'm such a klutz, I'll tip it over. That's all right. It's an adventure, an adventurous journey. Yeah, I like the light. I'm just gonna go over it with a second layer. I'm not worrying about getting that paddle because we're gonna color it brown, and if I got blue on it, it's okay. See, the good thing about this one is you can't tell if this is a man or a lady, except they don't have long hair, but that's all right. I don't have long hair. Now I'm going to do the highlighting with light Bermuda Bay. Not the highlighting, the trim on the boat here. Because it's got to look pretty. Always hard to find masculine card ideas too, and I think this one works very well for masculine, teenage, young child, or an adventurous adult. So have you looked at the last chance list? I went through this morning with a marker and finally marked up my catalogs because I didn't take them with me on vacation. And it's always sad to see our favorite things leave, but it happens. And now we're going to give him a nice So Saffron shirt. I think the one I'm going to miss is the windmills. And I'm thinking that might be what I use on Wednesday to give you some ideas in case you want to get it while it's on sale. I need to check and see if it's still in stock because some of those some of the products have already sold out. Like the pebbles are gone. I was upset to see that. So a couple things are already sold out. Now we'll use ivory for the person's skin. I think this is ivory. Yeah. We have several skin tones, so you can choose the one you like the best. And then we'll do the paddle with soft suede. But this is not one to do when your hands are shaking. It's kind of tricky. You could, I wasn't real sure here, if that was a life jacket. It should be a life jacket. So if you wanted to do it red or something, you could do that. But I didn't do it this time. Now I'm going to do his sun hat and pale papaya. I can use the bigger tip. I could have used pumpkin pie, but that might have been too bold. There we go. Now we have to do a little fussy cutting, but not too bad, because that's pretty, the paddle's about the only part that's a little bit tricky. You don't want to cut too close there and make it weak. Everything else you can just give it a quick trim. Now remember, you move the paper, not your scissors. You'll get a better, smoother cut. I think this will, the grandson that went with us on the trip has a birthday in August, so this might be his card. He doesn't kayak yet, but I might could talk him into it. He's the rock climber, and actually when we were in Wales, he took a whole day and went climbing while we went shopping. I think that was a win for both of us. Poor thing putting up with grandparents. Okay, now here's our little boat. We're going to put it on our card, but I want a circle behind it. And so we're going to cut a circle of saffron and a circle of white. So we'll cut both at the same time. This is the new stylish shapes. So it's maybe a different size circle than the stitched circles. I haven't really double checked on that to see what the dimensions are. I am in love with the new stylish shapes. It's nice to have some squares back. You can cut a square, but I like to die cut one with stitches on it. Okay, great. You can get two for the price of one. Now, I think when we put our kayak on here, see, it'll stand out better with that yellow, the saffron behind it. We want to do our stampings first. This is going to be a birthday card, so it's going to say happy birthday. And I have happy and birthday and shaded spruce. So we're just going to kind of eyeball where we'll put this. Here. We'll have a little room to move things around. Those paddles are in the way, so you have to kind of space this out. And now that'll go there. I wanted to do the little water swirls, but I want it to look just kind of tone on tone, so I'm going to use the So Saffron. And see, that's like a fish jump, or where you were paddling. I think I might. There we go. So it just kind of makes it look like the water. I don't know. We don't need one over there. I think that's enough. So we will go ahead and we'll just put this on with Memento. Let's see, I probably should put a pencil mark so I don't go past that area with my Tombow. Got a little on there, inside there. And make sure, yep, we're good. Just need a better eraser. I don't think that pencil eraser is very clean. There we go. And now we'll put our kayak on with some dimensionals, of course. Look how pretty that pool party looks against the green. I like it a lot. Wasn't real sure how I didn't want a dark colored kayak. I think kayaks should be bright and happy, not dingy. And we can put a little one on the, actually I'm going to cut an edge for that little part. Don't want it to show. And I'll probably see if I can cut a tiny one for the other side. This is hard for big fingers. Alrighty. Get all of that off. And we'll put our little kayaker on there. Now we need our inside, and it's going to just sneak behind here. We'll make sure we get it lined up before we glue it down. And then you'll open it up. So this one's going to say, what does it say? Wishing you an adventurous, and then we'll say birthday. But if it was somebody going on a trip or retiring, be a good retirement card. You could say, wishing you an adventurous journey. Let's see if I can get birthday sort of straight on there. That worked. And then we've got the stamp that's a little boat paddle, so we'll just decorate our circle a little more. Aren't the colors pretty? They're nice and rich, aren't they? I do have a tendency to go with either the brights or the pastels, but I liked this combination here. Now let's see, we want to get that. Actually, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to put our Tombow on here. And we're going to kind of line it up like this, but we want it a little bit smaller or closer in. We'll turn it around. That works great. Now you don't see it from the outside until you open it up. Now, one thing that I am sad to say is leaving his polished dots. And I thought they were the closest thing we had to water drops. And I thought they'd work well for some little sparkly water on our card. Because bling is always something you need. I love these. I can't believe they're going away, but that's life. Something else will come to take its place. So happy birthday. Wishing you an adventurous birthday. And I hope you enjoyed this card. I made one yesterday that's a different color combination with Pool Party and Calypso Coral. This one the best. I really like the rich colors, don't you? But they're both pretty. So thanks for joining me today. Let me know which one you like the best. This is a little more feminine. This is a little more masculine. But they're both great. And I will be back Wednesday with something fun for you to enjoy creating. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.